A hush before creation, a quiver before consciousness, sound with no listener, sight with no seer, a presence suspended in the velvet dark, waiting to be born from its own echo. Eminence before emergence, a trembling prelude in the abyss. Then, a bloom of frequencies, a shimmering sea of invisible tides, a radio galaxy unfurling its luminous wings. Waves of intention ripple outward, seeking a witness, seeking a world. The cosmos rehearses language long before any creature dares to speak it. Resonance becomes architecture. Reverberation becomes structure. And the first hints of meaning drift like phosphorescent spores through the atmospheric cradle of a newborn planet. From this cosmic murmur, the camera descends into the cradle of humanity, into Africa, where pattern becomes prophecy. Lines carved into stone, rhythms woven into cloth, geometry whispered through generations. The drum remembers what the tongue forgets. The weave preserves what the wind would steal. Before writing, there is pattern. Before alphabets, there are ancestors etching continuity into the bones of the earth. Nsibidi spirals in secret elegance. Adinkra symbols pulse with philosophical fire. Saharan inscriptions shimmer like ancient circuitry. Humanity begins to record itself not with words, but with intention. And then, the great threshold. History awakens. For the record begins the moment writing appears. Memory alone is mortal, but inscription is immortal. The imagery fractures into a storm of scripts, cuneiform wedges pressed into clay like the heartbeat of a city. Hieroglyphics rising in gold-lit silence. European scrawlings scratched by trembling candlelight. Nordic runes carved with winter's precision. Tribal sigils painted in ritual firelight. Alphabets of the world spiraling like constellations across the centuries of human longing. Writing evolves, from gesture to geometry, from symbol to sound, from sound to system. Phoenician births Greek, Greek births Latin, Latin births the modern chorus of letters that now govern our glowing screens. Ink becomes industry, paper becomes possibility, civilization becomes writable. For the story of writing is the story of how humanity learned to store its soul outside the body. How we learned to speak across centuries, to argue with the dead, to whisper to the unborn. The montage accelerates, quills scratching like restless spirits, presses thundering like mechanical prophets, typewriters clacking like metallic rain, digital text blooming in neon silence. Every mark a descendant of the first trembling line drawn in the dark. And then, the world of now. A subway tunnel, a train screaming past, a wall covered in hurried handwriting, raw, urgent, human. A final reminder that prophecy never dies, it merely changes its medium. And the words of the prophets were written on the subway walls.